The biggest bubble in the world right now is anti-gold because the biggest bubble in the world right now is cash.
Is there anything that could derail this bull market in precious metals now?
If you have Goldilocks, then the price of gold will come down. That's a 33% decline. If it does that right now from 2,500, it's going to 1,600.
Wow.
The worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
We're now down 43%.
This could be the most serious recession in decades.
Protect your retirement with a gold and silver IRA. Learn more at sdbullion.com/IRA. Hey everyone, thanks for watching Yankee Stacking. Yeah, gold and silver are on their way up. Gold reaching all-time record highs. Silver, not so much yet. So I'm going to ask Lior Gantz of the Wealth Research Group why this is happening. And then I'm going to ask him what could derail this bull market. Hi, Lior. Great to see you.
Great to be here.
Now, gold keeps busting through all-time record highs. Silver is starting to move up as well. So, Lior, what are the reasons for these recent rises?
For gold, the chief reason that it's trading at 2,500 and above it is something that happened on April 1st, 2019. And that is the change to a tier one asset. There are only 3 tier one assets in the world. That's cash, sovereign bonds, and now it's gold. And so when gold changed from 50% collateral to 100% collateral, the day it happened, gold was trading for 1,291 an ounce. But effectively what central banks told you in that day is it's worth double that. Right now, fulfilling basically the revaluation of gold. And that is a key reason because that opens the door for central banks to own gold, for sovereign wealth funds to own gold, for pension funds, etc. And that's been happening for the last 5 years. The second thing that's driving gold prices up is the weaponization of the US dollar. In the last 4 years under Biden, the government has been sanctioning and using the SWIFT system as a toy against Russian oligarchs, and about 40 countries have some sort of a sanction placed on them. That weaponization of the dollar is effectively the end of the free trade Bretton Woods system. These major themes are really the key that is driving gold prices to where they are right now. Russia and China are huge buyers of gold, especially China. I think that the gold story is a central bank government story. That is what's driving the price higher for gold. That's why you see silver not joining yet, because that is a retail story, and the retail public is just not participating as much as central banks. Now that could change, and we can see changes for gold. But for now, I think the key thing to remember, starting gun was the invasion of Ukraine. That essentially created a war on mainland Europe for the first time since 1945.
This leads me to my next question for you, Lior. Is there anything that could derail this bull market in precious metals now?
I think that the worst environment for precious metals historically has been positive real rates. When you have positive real rates, which are effectively when you have inflation that's lower than the Fed funds rates or the 10-year bond, then that means cash actually pays you something. In those environments, gold and silver suffer. So if we start to see interest rates coming down in September, and you don't see a pickup in inflation, in other words, you see a situation where the efficiencies of the economy are so great that oil prices don't rise, that commodities remain in high demand, but they don't explode higher. If you don't have supply chain constraints, if you don't have these situations, if you have Goldilocks, then the price of gold will come down. The best comparison I can give you is 2018. From March 2018 till September 2018, gold went down from 1,800 to 1,200. That's a 33% decline. If it does that right now from 2,500, it's going to 1,600.
Wow.
If we have Goldilocks, then what's going to flourish are small cap companies. In other words, the Russell 2000 is going to start to go higher, mom and pop shops, housing, etc. And gold is going to be sold off. If they start to lower interest rates, you'll see that the money in the funds that are in money market accounts start to flood into the real economy and create money velocity. Then you do have a very serious need to hedge. And that's when I actually think that silver could be the bigger beneficiary than gold, because that actually becomes a retail story.
Your Goldilocks scenario, though, I mean,
yeah,
to cut rates and suddenly see a wave of productivity, our GDP expanding, everything going well, that I don't believe is likely, Lior.
In my opinion, you have all the hallmarks of a very healthy bull market for commodities. First of all, go on CNBC or any of the major outlets and see how many articles are devoted to gold, and that you should buy gold, and that gold is an important hedge. Nobody's talking about gold being at 2,500, an all-time high. Nobody. There's no mention of it. There's no articles. Even if you ask the average person, he doesn't know that gold is at an all-time high. The biggest bubble in the world right now is anti-gold, because the biggest bubble in the world right now is cash. Everybody, if you survey your neighbors and you ask them what is the biggest asset in your portfolio right now, they'll tell you it's either a money market account or it's straight cash. Sometimes it's bonds if he has a financial advisor. But for most baby boomers, they are not heavy either on stocks or anything else. They are in liquid cash. That, to me, once you start cutting rates, it will implode that bubble. And when you implode a cash bubble, a lot of the money goes to the exact other way. And the exact other way is gold and silver. And so to me, when I look at $6.2 trillion in money market accounts, it's borderline insane. And I'll tell you why I think that. Because when this bubble started, it was 2022. If you go to Wealth Research Group, to our newsletter, if you go to wealthresearchgroup.com/portfolio, you download my portfolio, my personal portfolio, you look at the companies that I've been covering for the last 2 years. Some of them are up 100%, 150%. Some of them are up 200%, 50%, 80%. Nothing compared to a money market account. A money market account has been the wrong choice for the last 2 years. The public has gone there. The stock market has gone insane. And, aside from your audience probably owns gold. I mean, how many in your neighborhood own gold? The retail public is out of stocks. And in my opinion, that is a bubble. It's a massive cash bubble that's about to be pricked. And once it's pricked, I don't think they're going back to stocks that easily. I think that they got bitten by inflation and they want an inflation hedge. A lot of them will go to silver because it's super cheap. And the minute you walk into a coin shop, it tells you it's 80 to 1. It's the first thing he tells you. And you should probably just buy a little silver. Silver has like 5,000 industrial components or products that it's in. The amount that is in each is very small. If the price of silver goes to 40 or 50 or 60, it doesn't change, if at all, by much or if at all, some of these consumer items. It's not like the iPhone will have to jump in price if silver goes from 30 to 50. It probably won't change a thing. You're talking about milligrams or very small amounts. So the industrial component of silver doesn't hold it back. Silver is a super small subsector market that catches fire, but when silver goes from 30 to 50, you need to understand that's a once in a 10 to 15 to 20 year event, and you have to capitalize immediately on it. Otherwise, you're done.
Yeah, you need to be in it now. That's the thing. Don't be waiting for this to happen.
Yes. So the chances of derailment are very low, in my opinion, because where we're moving into in the world is a world where the systems that we had in place between countries are not honored anymore. You can't rely on Russia to sell you silver. You can't rely on Ukraine to ship you silver. You can't rely on Peru to not nationalize their silver. And then you can't rely on Brazil not to invent Venezuela, et cetera, et cetera. It goes on. And we're going to have chaos. In that world, you should probably own gold and silver. You should probably own diversified assets.
You need a healthy stack of anonymously held physical precious metals like gold and silver. So, yes, thanks very much, Lior. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.